We just got our first real-world look at what might be the most insane smartphone camera ever created. And honestly, I'm a little scared. This isn't a phone anymore. This is a full-frame cinema lens glued to a gaming PC. Oppo just dropped a live image of the Find X9 Ultra on Chinese social media. And guys, my jaw is on the floor. Later this month, Oppo is launching their new king, the X9 Ultra. But here's the thing. We've seen camera phones before. We've seen the hype, we've seen the renders, but this live image, it's different. Because Oppo didn't just make a big camera bump, they made a statement. And the moment you see that faux leather back, the Hasselblad logo, and that monster lens island, you realize they aren't trying to beat iPhones anymore. They're trying to beat Sony and Canon. Let's zoom in, literally. Look at this thing. That camera island is huge, and there's a reason for it. We're looking at a quad camera setup that covers a focal range of 14 to 230 millimeters. That is not a phone zoom. That is a professional photographer's entire bag. Let me break this down. First, a 50-megapixel periscope lens with 10x optical zoom, but Oppo's calling it a built-in teleconverter. For you non-camera nerds, a teleconverter is what pros attach to $5,000 lenses to get closer. Oppo is building it inside. Second, a custom Samsung JNL sensor with an f.3.5 aperture. That means low-light moonshots? Yeah, they're coming. But here is where I almost dropped my coffee. A 200-megapixel main camera. Using a Sony LYT-901 sensor. That is absurd. And a second 200-megapixel sensor for 3x optical zoom. And a 50-megapixel ultra-wide. Oppo just put two 200-megapixel sensors in one phone. Two! Most flagships can't handle one. This phone has a backup for its backup. Let me give you some perspective. The iPhone 16 Pro Max, 48-megapixel main sensor. Great phone. Love it. This Oppo, it has 4 cameras where each one could be the main camera on any other flagship. And that 10x optical zoom, that's not digital crop. That's real glass moving to get you closer. You will be able to read a street sign from 3 blocks away. But wait. This is where things get crazy, because the cameras aren't even the only story here. Under the hood, Oppo is shoving a Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. We're talking desktop-level emulation, ray tracing, AI processing that happens before you even press the shutter. And a 7,050 milliamp hour battery. 7,050. That's bigger than some tablets. With 100-watt wired charging and 50-watt wireless, you could probably charge this thing to full in the time it takes you to make coffee. But I have to be honest, there's one thing that makes me nervous. That 6.82-inch AMOLED display with 144 Hz refresh rate? Gorgeous. But that size, plus that massive camera bump, plus a 7,000-plus milliamp hour battery? This phone is going to be thick and heavy. We're talking two-hand required territory. If you're a fan of slim, light phones, this might feel like carrying a brick wrapped in leather. But you know what? For a built-in teleconverter and 10x optical zoom, I'll take the arm workout. Now, here is the best news for my international fans. For years, Oppo kept the Ultra models in China, and we cried about it. But a Geekbench listing just confirmed the global variant of the Find X9 Ultra is coming. That means you, me, everyone watching from New York to London to Tokyo, we can actually buy this monster. No more importing, no more missing bands. This is a real global flagship. And that, right there, is why Samsung and Apple should be very, very nervous. Look, I've been covering phones for years. Every time someone says this is the year cameras die, but this time, with a 230mm equivalent zoom, two 200-megapixel sensors, and a 7,000 milliamp hour battery, Oppo isn't playing the specs game, they're rewriting the rules.